So we're now moving into our next Pilates and stretch section, and for this one we're going to use our ball because it's more comfortable for us now we're in our third trimester, and we're going to do some side lying work as well. But to start off we'll do a couple of stretches using the ball. So Lindsay, I'm going to ask you to take the ball and use it as a support, and we're going to do a stretch for the chest. Now, we've shown you this stretch before on the separate ball section, but it is a really good way to open the chest and do some movement in your routines as well. So I'm going to ask Lindsay to put her arm at right angles on the ball, so holding that position there, and then as she just gently drops her torso down and just looks slightly away from her arm, she should be able to feel a nice stretch coming across her chest. When you're doing this, draw your shoulder blades back and down, and again connect to your core muscles, so you're just supporting your tummy, supporting your baby whilst you're doing the stretch. Make sure you're breathing as well. And then Lindsay's going to come up and we're going to do a stretch now for the front of the hip. We've got something underneath our knees which is quite useful, so if you've got a cushion or something you can put underneath your knee, then you might want to do that as well. So Lindsay's going to put the block underneath her right knee and then lift her other leg up. Doesn't matter which side you're working on, just use your ball for a little bit of support. Then take your other hand and place it underneath your belly. Then what I want you to do is literally lift your belly and drop your tailbone, trying to tuck your tailbone underneath you basically. And when you do that, you should feel a lovely stretch coming through the front of your hip here. Now, during pregnancy, especially as you get into your third trimester, you tend to shorten a lot at the front of the hip. And to be able to give birth and to feel balanced and lengthened in that position is really, really it's much more comfortable if you can just lift up and just lengthen that area out a little bit. So this is useful not just for giving birth, but also for daily living as well, because you can often feel very tight in this area here. So it should feel really nice to just lift up, push the tailbone underneath, and just open out those hips from the front a little bit. Okay, so Lindsay's now going to do that on the other side, so I'd like you to do the same thing too. So just take the ball around to the other side, do your chest stretch first of all, and make sure your arms are at right angles on the ball and the ball's to your side, and then she's just going to gently drop down away from the ball, just feeling a stretch coming into the chest area here, holding that position there, making sure you're drawing the shoulder blades back and down, pulling your tummy muscles in all the time, so you're supporting your body weight all the time. And then I'm going to ask Lindsay to come up and just going to do that stretch from the front of the hips. So placing the block underneath the other knee, or if you've got a cushion underneath your knee or a towel, and holding that position there, bringing the other leg forward. Your free hand, use that to lift your bump up, push the tailbone underneath, and just feel that stretch right at the front of your thigh. So it should feel quite nice. Yeah? So if you're feeling that tightness in this area here, then that's a really nice stretch to do. Just stretch gently, breathe all the way through. Remember, it should always feel good. And then release it, okay? Now we're gonna go into a side lying position now. So I'm gonna get Lindsay to use some cushions. So she's gonna put one cushion between her head and her arm, extending her arm out. Now Lindsay's going into a right lying side position. I want you though to go onto your left side. Remember, the left side is a lot more comfortable for a lot of women during pregnancy to go on. When you do turn over to your right, and I'm going to make sure that Lindsay's okay on her right side as well, if you do feel at all faint or dizzy or uncomfortable, then just come out of position, just lift yourself back up and come out of the position, and just make sure you feel okay. So I'm now going to place a cushion underneath Lindsay's knee, so she's going to bring her top knee forward and extend her bottom leg. That's it, so the other leg around, that's it, well done. Now the other option is you can have a cushion underneath your bump now as well. So I'm just going to place that there, and you might find that's a lot more comfortable for your bump as well. So you need 3 cushions, so you have to raid the sofa, get your cushions out, and just make sure you feel really comfortable basically. Are you feeling okay? Yeah. But if you do feel dizzy at all, just let me know, okay? So holding that position, I'm now going to ask Lindsay exactly the same as you did in the second trimester to lift the leg, rotate the ankle around a couple of times, connect to your core, pull your belly button back towards your spine, then finish off by taking your toes up towards your shin and lowering the leg as you come down. Take a breath, inhale. As you exhale, lift the leg up. Circle the ankle around, a couple of times one way, a couple of times the other way. Keep breathing as you do this. Now inhale, bring your toes up towards your shin, and then exhale as you lower the leg back down. And repeat that again, lifting the leg up, connect to your core, pull your tummy muscles in, rotate the ankle around a couple of times each way. That's good. Then bring your toes up towards your shin, keep breathing throughout, and lengthen your leg as you lower down. You should feel nice and strong, and lift up again. So if you've been doing this all the way through your second trimester, you should feel quite comfortable doing this. If you haven't managed to do it as much as you'd like, just do as many reps as you feel comfortable with. Make sure your leg is extending and lengthening, so lift up again, and make sure that you can feel a little squeeze in your bottom. So if you're not feeling a squeeze in your bottom, just take your legs slightly further back and make sure it's nicely aligned with the rest of your hips. Sit and lower down again, and lift up again. So if you're lying on your left side, you should feel reasonably comfortable, but it's worth mentioning that a lot of women don't feel comfortable either on the left or their right side. So again, listen to your body. If you want to come out of the position whenever you want to, then feel free to do so. How you feeling? Okay, yeah. And lift up again. Sit and on the way. Good. And release and come back. So we're going to do this about 2 more times through. If you want to continue for a little bit longer, you can. You're basically aiming to do at least 8 repetitions of this one. If you can go up to 12, fantastic. If you can go up to 15, even better still. That's it. Okay, and we'll rest it there. I'm going to ask Lindsay to come back up now. So she's going to come back into a kneeling position. I'm going to look at another position that's really good for birthing. So we've looked at birthing squats, which we know is a good position for birthing, and we're now going to look at a kneeling position, which again is really good for birthing. And the whole point of these positions are they're positions that can really help to bring the baby out, essentially. And they're quite comfortable for the mother to be in. And this one is a really comfortable position. So I'm going to ask Lindsay to put her elbows onto the ball. Now, you don't have to use a ball, you can use a chair. Anything that brings you into a comfortable position. Make sure your knees are comfortable. If you're on just a mat on the floor, if you've got a carpeted surface, you should be okay. You feeling all right there? Yeah. Now, Lindsay could rest her head down onto the ball if she wanted to, or she can just hold this position here. And then I'm going to ask her to take some big, deep breaths. Now, inhale. And as she exhales, she's going to really focus on drawing these shoulders down away from her neck and just connecting to her tummy muscles. And again, nice big deep breath. When you exhale, really try and relax the body. Relax, but draw the shoulders down and still connect to your tummy. Do that for me 2 more times. Slow it down a little bit. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling, relax. And as you pull down through your shoulders, pull your tummy muscles in, actually let your pelvic floor go. And slow your breathing down, slow it down, relax, relax, relax. And this is really good preparation for birth. One more time. Good. Very relaxing, it's a good way to control pain as well. And just relax there, well done. Okay, so moving on to the other side. So you're going to move on to your right side now. Lindsay's going to turn around and do the exercises on the other side. So make sure you've got your cushions in a comfortable position for you. Make sure you've got your bump supported if you need to. And then we're going to look at this leg here, extending the leg up through. So again, take a breath, lift up, just rotate the ankle around a couple of times each way. That's it. Back the other way, bring the toes up towards the shin and lengthen as you lower down. Good. And again, lift the leg up and rotate around. Now Lindsay's doing this with her shoes on. You might find it more comfortable and freer to work without your shoes. Either is fine. It's good. So making sure that leg is nice and strong and lengthened as you lift. Keep pulling the tummy muscles in. So remember, each time you lift that leg up, pull your tummy in. Keep the shoulders down away from the neck. And another little pointer is that as you lift the leg up, think of reaching with your arm a little bit as well, so you get a lovely stretch feeling on the underneath through the underside of your body. Again, do what feels right, keep pulling, connecting to your core muscles. And remember, you're on that right side, so if you feel at all uncomfortable, then just lift up out of the position. Okay, I'm going to ask Lindsay to do just 4 more. How are you feeling, all right?
Yeah.
And you can do 3 more as well, but if you need to stop, you can stop whenever you want to. And 2 more. And on to the last one now. And just rest it there. Now remember, these circular movements are really good for your circulation, so another good reason to do this exercise. Releases any tension that you get in the calf muscle as well. It's actually a great exercise to do just before you go to bed because it can really help with those nighttime cramps as well.